Hello everyone, welcome back to Populous Free the Beginning. We're getting towards the end, we're nearly at the centre. It's time for us to take on Inferno, the second to last level of the main story. And, well, we've got a fairly interesting looking level, at least. Bit of a red sky, a red sea, just how I like it. Quite a bit of land, fair bit of trees, a few wildmen here and there. Quite a bit of land to the north. Stonehead. 6 people. Lone Stonehead. And then to the north, we've got ourselves the Mattock. Interesting. They've only got a few. They seem to have just barely started. And just got another load of land here. Nearby. Well, to the side, we've got ourselves the Dakini, who also have barely anything to their name. Just down to the south of us. Then over the water, on their own little island, of course, well, they always are. We've got ourselves the Chimera. So, this level is very interesting in the fact that no one's started. And this is kind of the gimmick for this level. Where every level we have been doing pretty much, we've faced up against built-up tribes. The last time we've really had an all-starting was level 14, I think. Yeah, I think level 14 was the last time we actually faced up against some followers, some tribes that didn't have a settlement already. And that's really about it, as far as the level's concerned. It's fairly simple. This level's gimmick is that there is no gimmick. All of you start off in the exact same thing, and are just told to go. There is the one thing with the Stonehead in the middle, which contains 3 uses of Firestorm, and the Dakini are gonna go after that rather quickly, but I don't care. Literally don't care. They can have that for all, they can have that. Doesn't really make a difference, because it takes forever to pray at. And if you try and pray at it, then you're going to get challenged. But the Dakini are going to stay the entire time unchallenged. They're getting all 3 uses of Firestorm. Totally usefully. But eventually the new forces do get themselves all ready, and they're going to start attacking. Of course, the Dakini is going to attack you first. The Chimera, well, of course, not attack you directly, but with a load of spies over the boat, which is really annoying. They're going to do this throughout the entire level. And the Mattock is interesting in the fact that they don't attack me. At all. Not once in this level am I attacked by the Mattock. And I don't really know why, because sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. It's very strange. Also, the Chimera will send a couple of forces over to that patch of near the Dakini every single time I have played this level. Every single time. I have no idea why. But as you can see, the 3 tribes get built up fairly quickly, and it seems like my tribe's fairly small in comparison, but they've kind of spread theirs out a bit. And also, Mattock being sassy. They can attack each other, but they don't do very often. But I tend to keep my tribe nice and closed in together. If it feels as spread out as the other tribes, then I probably would have ran out of space. But you're given plenty of space in this level in order to do whatever you need, which I think is build a load of huts, pretty much. We've only got one real way of being attacked, and that's via the north, if it's not being by boats. And it's fairly easy to circumvent, due to the fact that there's maybe just the Dakini coming over to say hi. But overall, this level is fairly simple. It's also then that I noticed the Chimera attacking me. And I'm not really too worried about the Dakini, because, well, I can just lay down a couple of swamps, and there we go. They're not going to be troubles, which means I can focus on the Chimera. Or, as in my forces can focus on the Chimera, because I'm too busy doing all other kind of things. But, yeah, I get attacked by the Chimera a couple of times in this level. And I don't get attacked by the Mattock, of course. And some Dakini do make it in. But they're fairly easily dispatched. So, yeah, overall, honestly, because there's no real gimmicks to the level, I would say this level is kind of dull, honestly. But that's the thing, we're just given all of this time in order to attack the other tribes. That's all we can do. There's 3 tribes to face up against. There's no ways to quickly end it, like with Armageddon. We've got to face up against all 3 tribes in one go. And it's going to take some time. This level is going to be long no matter what. That's the reason why it's half an hour long. I have no idea why they do that. Eventually they do get all 3 uses of Firestorm, which is cool, I guess. More spies. It's really fun. It really, really is. But since nothing really much is happening, and I'm just waiting for things to happen, I'm actually kind of showing off a interesting control that I haven't actually shown off, is the fact that you can select certain groups by selecting them, holding down Shift and one of the number buttons, and then you can just press that number button. And there we go, everything will be fine. It's a very useful thing to quickly select groups of guys, but of course I have not used it at all, and I usually forget to use it, and then I forget which group is associated with which number, and then it gets all kind of complicated. But I am just kind of showing off in the way that it can be useful. And also to unselect, you have to I believe it's just another shift thing again. But because nothing else is really happening, I might as well just do a little boring thing and just sink down this ridge separating the Matic and the Zucchini, just to see exactly what will happen. And well, firstly the Zucchini Shaman kind of steals my thunder, but also you should never really cast spells when you're just about to when you're on land, because then the Shaman will jump off and attack, which is kind of annoying. But even though we have got ourselves the ridge taken down, I suppose as far as enemy AI goes, it is being really aggressive for some reason. I don't know why that is. But yeah, as seen by those guys walking up and down the ridge, the more things change, the more they stay the same. Yeah. Then something kind of interesting happens. There's the Matic come over and say hi. This is the only kind of aggression things that the Matic really do. They're very docile on this level, but just sinking that down just gave me a little bit of entertainment. What I'm mostly doing is just waiting to charge my spells, and I've got a fairly large supplement tools to do that. Once I've charged up my spells, I'm about to go over and basically just annihilate the tribes each in order. But that takes waiting time, and, you know, I've pretty much shown most of this stuff already, so... There's a lot of warriors being converted. But whatever, it's a lot of fun. It really is. And I see those guys, I think maybe the swamp could take care of them, but actually, the Matic Shaman, pretty good with that, doing that kind of thing. Looking right into the swamp. It's like, yeah, this one will take care of them, no big deal. Let's just go back and enjoy the fun. They are really getting converted. There's also fire warriors on hand to help with that kind of thing. And then the swamp doesn't exactly stop them, which is fairly distressing. Because the Shaman is absolutely nowhere near them. He's recently got reincarnated. So I should probably stop the Zucchini Shaman from destroying too many buildings. I didn't succeed, unfortunately, but I tried. Until she sucks up by her own tornado, but fires a tornado spell from her own tornado. which is rather interesting. But we only lose 2 hearts, it's not really that big a deal. And that's a bit unfair, but I didn't like that extension anyway, you know, they can rebuild that. And she's just being real bitchy for some reason. But I just has a little bit more fun to that. It just adds a bit of spice into what is, honestly, kind of a fairly dull level, all things considered. But it is kind of refreshing after having all these gimmicks in every level to just come to a level where there's nothing. You just build a base and just fight against a load of guys. It's fairly easy, really. This kind of thing is always fun, let's be honest. But eventually, I've got to get myself all powered up in order to take these guys down. Somehow. Especially when we do weird stuff like that. Mr. Shaman comes back again to say hi. And you can get too far? Kind of? Yeah. Doesn't get too far. Honest. Well, another hut goes down. That's mainly my fault because I didn't actually bring any other creatures over there. We were just sitting right there, just having a whale of a time. Before we can do too much damage, though, we do get converted back, thankfully. And thankfully, it's not happening on my tribe, it's actually happening over there for some reason. I imagine that she landed Firestorm on top of her followers because the Beginning Shaman does that a lot. She's not very good at those kind of spells, let's be honest. I'm getting myself pretty much ready to take down the Chimera. We can kind of land bridge over to where she is, but this is kind of where you need a double land bridge tactic in a way. Where you do kind of the way there, and then you do the rest of the way. It's a fairly simple technique. I totally embed myself. Not great. But we just send our Shaman over in order to smack him around a bit. And not get too hit around by all the fire warriors up there, because they've got quite the range, but so do we.
Ortenga.
But it's kind of a guarded place.
Shoka.
And they do expect you to come this way? Question mark? But it just makes life a little bit easier. I'm just making sure they haven't sending over any bloody spies to burn down all my stuff. Well, we don't really have any, anything stopping us. We didn't go into the water, the bastard.
Kai. Ka. Tumaga.
This feels good. Okay, free mana is free mana. They're actually kind of clever here. It takes only one blast to take out that warrior.
Kai. Ka.
But the fire warriors are...
Kai. Ka. Ortenga.
They've got an annoying amount of range.
Kai. Ka.
But, unfortunately, there isn't really all too much to say anymore. After all, this is... yet another time where we've seen us going through the enemy tribe, weakening them so our forces can roll all over them. Nothing's really different. Nothing really changes much over the course of the game. I'm always slow to react to shit as usual. Then die, that happens a lot. I usually tend to die whenever I go and attack a thing. So, I don't really do all that much there. Let's try that again. I'm now back with the vengeance. Or whatever it is.
Tumaga.
Well, I will say that Populous is a very fun game to play. As it goes on a bit here and there. I guess it isn't too much fun to watch. Usually we just get to this fun part. But that only happens after getting through the not so fun part. Sinking the breacher hut into the ground. Ah well. Those are fucker spies. Like, seriously. I think that's about enough. I think we've done quite a bit of damage. Make sure the shaman's out of the way, of course. And let's send over the gang in order to take things down. Make sure there's no unfortunate swap in there.
Taka. Kai.
The angel's having fun as he always is. And of course the opposing force is going to come meet us. Which makes it Shaman's kill pretty easy. And now we just gotta go and roll around the island of the Chimera. Not to destroy their infrastructure, kill their people, and lay waste to their buildings. Gotta make sure we don't do any of this silly training either. And have many things tornadoing. Accuracy not included. Appears to be most of them, just a few stragglers here and there.
Shina.
We've got to make sure there's no huts remaining. And with the last of them, there's only one way to go out, and that's in the style.
Otenga.
So, with a yellow flash in the sky, the Chimera are now down. There are only 2 remaining. And they're going to be fairly tough to crack. This is a massacre of ones that haven't been attacking us at all throughout this entire level. Then it's best to go for the Dakini first. First, the Dakini decide to have a little fun with me first. And 13 Fire Warriors are really bad at hitting the Shaman out of the blue. She's got really good accuracy as far as tornado goes. You have to rebuild that again. As long as there's a nice little cliff nearby. So we should probably make that a little bit easier to get into.
Kai. Ka. Otenga. Kai. Ka.
Get rid of them
Otenga.
nasty patrols. Or then
Otenga.
with my biz. I guess for the kind of range we have, we'll have quite a bit of vantage point. Let's get rid of the tower. One of the towers isn't any good for anything. I mean, I've barely built any towers over the course of this game because I've shown how unnecessary they are. Which is a change to how I used to be, because I used to build towers everywhere. But honestly, they're just all not that useful. And the tower ring sound is really annoying. And hey, Angel Death, might as well, because it's fairly easy to charge. Oh, doing a fair amount of damage, all things considered. But unfortunately I get knocked off and land in enemy territory. But it won't be too hard to deal with. Once we land bridge our way over and make things a bit easier on ourselves, the enemy shaman decides to lightning me before she walks to a swoop. God bless her. Alright, now that finally dealt with, it's time for us to take down the Dakini. They have got themselves a fairly large force, with a fairly large supplement to boot. But, since we've decreased it quite a bit over the past 5 minutes, it shouldn't be all that tough. Just gotta make sure they're a little bit disorganized when they finally come to attack me. Also swamps. Also always swamps. But of course, you always got to be careful of the enemy shaman when she swarms us about, which isn't really that big a deal. Don't know how I died, probably due to a lot of warriors. But it does allow us to become a bit more spread out as far as things go. That doesn't really matter. This means all that funny stuff can go all the way off the sky. No, we're not going to need our shaman. We should spread our forces out a bit more. We send over a warrior kill force in order to take down the shaman. And then just spread out your forces amongst the buildings and lay waste to the bastards. It's always fun. Let's actually head over to the housing district. A lot of people there. The magic is just chilling. They don't do anything this level, god damn. I swear if it is because of my copy of Populous, that maybe some of the scripts are missing, because I swear that there are things that have happened that don't. Should have happened, that have happened in previous runs in a different version of this game. Mainly the disc version, when I was at my dad's house, playing with Windows 2000. Ah, the memories. This actually works on Windows 7 for crying out loud. Well, we should be nearly done as soon as she stops converting every single one of my forests. Jesus Christ. Where's the last of them? Probably in that hut I'm not going to. But those guys are. They're just lost from making any more guys. And there we go. A red flash symbolizes the end of the beginning. We took a fair few losses there, but nothing really all that big. Now it's time for the good old Mattock. I wonder if she ended up charging Volcano this level. What a shame. Oh well.
Ortenga.
And like, that's not exactly how I wanted to get the land bridge going, but it's close enough, I guess. It doesn't really make much of a difference. Just walk in the swamp. But, also, pro tip: don't walk into the swamp. It's not how you attack an enemy tribe.
Shoka.
I'm so bad at this game, I swear.
Taka. Taka. Taka.
Now we just need to get rid of the enemy forces up front and then attack them quite handily. Don't also have Shaman because Shamans have done nothing. They just sit there and just watch as you lightning them in the face. It's quite cathartic. But always good to get rid of the towers, so to the Braves from coming up. But it does mean you do get the Force all coming up to attack you as well, which is not really that bad, I suppose. So an angel can weep. From this nice position, we can take down quite a few of their buildings, damage quite a few of their things, swamp quite a few of their guys. And soon it'll be time to send them the cavalry. But after my shaman's done with them, there's not left. And I swear that building just instantly destroyed just one hero. Who knows how that works. But I enjoyed that it did work. Had to expect. Anyway, we're all coming up to say hi. I really like getting hit by lightning, don't I? We'll come in. Our forces now greatly outweigh theirs. But of course, Swarm is always the worst. Surprisingly, for the spell we got in level 2, it's still a really big annoyance even now. I can send my entire force into such a tizzy like this. Oh well, it gets us spread out, I guess, throughout most of the settlement, allowing us to kill more guys and destroy more buildings. Because we're nearly done here. Sure, any huts are still standing. Make sure there's no creatures in the way. Get rid of the goddamn guys in towers. There don't seem to be any little towers around here. None that are still ascending, that is. And it's actually nice for once that the enemy comes out of the boats in order to attack us instead of having them to swarm them and to get mad boats. That's because each level has got like a completely different thing how things work. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't, who knows. Or maybe you're lucky enough. Few huts still around, can't have that. But it looks like they are mostly gone. Soon the level of Inferno will be ours. It took long, huh? Don't worry about guys being converted. But after the shaman dies, is the end of Inferno. So, fairly long level. Angel chilling out, all happy. I did probably dawdle quite a bit, but that's what I tend to do in these levels, honestly. But here we are. Finally made it. See you guys then.